All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of God, Greed, and Lies. My name is Alex Jovanovich, or Full Frontal Exposure. Tonight, what we're going to talk about... Oh, yeah, David, you're a piece of shit. By the way, dodging the taxes, buddy.
That's right, I said it.
Today, what we're going to talk about, the taxes that David's dodging, okay? I have the tax ID numbers. There's about 5 of them, okay? So let me go ahead and get these out here real quick. We got Resurrection Media Ministries, Resurrection Media Ministries International, Joshua Media Ministries International, Kingdom of God Global Church, and Marvels in America World Healing. 5 tax ID numbers, everybody. What in the holy fuck is going on here? Nobody questions this? I do. Every fucking day. How does this degenerate lion sack of shit David
Don't call him David.
get away with this many fucking tax ID numbers? Like, what the fuck, guys? This is what's going on here. And I really want to stick on the tax ID numbers. And right here, what I have sitting in front of me, this is the tax exemption for churches. It's only 40-something pages, okay? I was just breezing over the introduction, right? And it says here, churches and religious organizations may be legally organized in a variety of ways. So basically, churches and places like David have multiple ways of laundering money. That's what this is how this translates to me because of what David's doing. Churches and religious organizations, or cults, may be legally organized in a variety of ways under state law, such as unincorporated associations, nonprofit corporations, corporations, sole, and charitable trust. So that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 different ways to launder money. In my opinion, that's what that tells me. For David's organization,
Call him David.
he's got 4 different ways he could launder money. Well, plus real estate. He's fucking pushing the envelope with what he's doing with money, guys. I'm telling you. There's so much money being laundered here. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's probably hundreds of millions at this point, guys. We don't know because he doesn't file. He's got 5 different fucking tax ID numbers, everybody. Kingdom of God Global Church is the most recent, and Marvels in America. And here's the thing, it's like, when you look at these tax forms, right? It's like there's somebody's name at the top of it who signed off on it, and somebody different every fucking time. And here are some questions I have. Okay, check it out. Let me get to them. I wrote them down. Let's see here. Okay, hang on. Is that it? No, there should be more. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Who's up at the IRS? Okay, here's one question I have. Who's up at the IRS, right, making the determinations on these nonprofits like David's? Who's up there saying, okay, this guy is actually a real pastor, he's a real preacher, he's got experience, he's educated, he's got a theological degree, he's gone to college, all that. Who's sitting up there making that determination for pieces of shit like David, right? That's what I question. That's a big question I have in this whole process, right? And if you look at the tax forms that have been filed, again, somebody's name different. Every time somebody that this asshole's filed, somebody different is doing the exemption. So how does that make it fair for the rest of us, right? I mean, the IRS is quick to fuck me over, right? They are. They're quick to fuck you over, right? Right? It's almost like David's good for business. It's weird. IRC code. Let's see, where was I going with that? That they'll fuck with me, they'll fuck with me instead of David, right? That's the way I look at this, is how is it that he can dodge taxes this many fucking years in a row and get away with it? because he's a nonprofit and there's these fucking regulations and bullshit that you can do when you're a nonprofit. He's opening and closing tax ID numbers. He's blowing JMMI revoked. Resurrection Media Ministries revoked. Resurrection Media Ministries International revoked. Why? Because he's jumping tax ID numbers. Guess which is going to be the next one? Kingdom of God Global Church revoked. That's going to be next. What's going to be the next one? Marvels in America after that revoked. They're going to revoke him because he's not paying his taxes. Jumping tax ID numbers. I'm wondering how long it's going to be before somebody else files a tax ID number for that place. My question. The tax exemption status for the church is it's only a tax exemption that the church gets. That's it. Nobody else gets this exemption status, just the church. There's all kinds of weird fucking... It's all black and white, guys. It's all right here. And David is full on abusing the tax code. He really is. And that's what I don't get, guys, is how is it that he can go on for this long abusing the tax code and getting away with it, laundering money? Really? Now, if me or you were supposed to do some bullshit like this, right, we'd be fucking arrested. I urge everybody to kind of get involved with this, man. I really do. Because you as a taxpayer, okay, think of this. Think of David taking from like Social Security, Medicare, shit like that, shit that we pay into as taxpayers, right? And then laundering that money. Taking that money, think of David just taking that money out of your pocket, basically. That's what he's doing. That's what he does, is he's taking that money out of your pocket. You. Taking it out of mine. Think about that for 1 second. I've been asked in this, am I like a direct victim of David? I absolutely am, because I pay my fucking taxes and I pay into social services. Yes. So I therefore am a victim of his fraud, yes. Because he's scamming the entire fucking system. Not just me. Everybody. You too. That's why I urge you, the taxpayer, to get involved in this. You guys might think it's a waste of time. Some out there might think it's a waste of time. But I'll tell you what. I guarantee it's not a waste of time. Because you know what's going to happen eventually with these forms that I have filled out for you guys and put on the channel? These are going to take effect. Somebody's going to start asking questions. Hey, why are we getting so many of these forms about this one guy? David E. Taylor, Michelle Brennan, and all these other people that I've listed on this form. This is something that David cannot retaliate against anybody on. For him to retaliate, right? For them to retaliate against you filing fraud would be a crime in and of itself. It would be intimidating a witness, basically. Because here's the thing, you guys. Let me get this out real quick. It's fruit punch, by the way. Right here, on the bottom of this form, Section C of the 3949. Section C. This information is not required to process your report, but would be helpful if we need to contact you for further information. Right? Guys, I've been sending these in for a year. Guess what I've never got from the IRS is a fucking phone call and email. Nothing. They don't have time. They don't got time for me like that. But we can trigger an audit. We, the taxpayer, you, the taxpayer, we, the people, right? The IRS works for us, right? Last time I checked, we pay their salaries. I'm self-employed. I pay 15%. So at the end of the year, when I pay my taxes, the IRS takes 15%. That's what I get fucked on at the end of the year from the IRS. So you know what? I'm going to make them do their fucking job. They just got $80 billion fucking dollars. They need to go ahead and start paying attention to the fucking last year of fucking fraud reports that I've been sending to them and be like, hey, maybe there's something going on here. We should go check this guy out. We should go look at this, man. You know, these reports, we should look at it because this guy's been sending in reports. Yeah, I fucking have, IRS. Pay the fuck attention. Get off your fucking asses and do your goddamn job. Is it that fucking hard? You guys have more fucking resources than us. And you guys still aren't doing your fucking job. Is it that out of control? I'm guessing it must be that out of control, guys, that it's just like they don't know what the fuck to do. That is my guess, that their resources are so fucking limited that this kind of activity is just, it's fucking running rampant and they can't even get a hold on it anymore. That's what I think. That's what I think. Last time I checked too, I didn't pay my fucking taxes to the church. I pay them to the IRS, right? So for the church to be able to send threats out, like to sign. Here's what I've dug deeper into Scientology. When Scientology was getting audited by the IRS, Scientology was suing the individual agents for doing the fraud, for running the fraud like audit. That's what was going on. But you know what I'm not fucking scared of? Is anybody fucking taking away my liberties as a fucking taxpayer to do my duty as a taxpayer to report the fraud. When we know, David, listen up, buddy, right here, David, you're fucking committing huge fraud. You know it, I know it, we know it, the world knows it. David, this thing, what we're doing here, is worldwide, my guy. Check, David, there's people all around the world watching this, okay? Do you not understand that? Probably some countries you're not being seen, like China, Russia, shit like that, you know. Communist countries, you're probably not being seen. But David, people are watching you from around the world. You do know that, right? People are watching this group from around the world, wishing they could be here to help us. David, there are people been from Germany, UK, all over the place, been like, I wish I was in America because you know what? I'd be fucking filing fraud right along with you. And I do it because I do this publicly, everybody. I do this very publicly because, one, I want you to know it's okay. Two, I want David to know that there's nothing he can do about it. Three, it's our responsibility, guys. It's our responsibility. You want your money fucking taken from the social services when you need it? You guys wonder why fucking we have like issues with Social Security income and shit like that? It's because fucking pieces of shit like David, Kenneth Copeland, Mike Murdoch, Jesse Duplantis, Creflo Dollar. Think of how much money those guys have taken from the system collectively. Think about that. I'm gonna take just a breather. Think about that for about 30 seconds here, okay? Private jets, vacation homes, mansions, extravagant trips, hotels, dinners, cars, jet fuel, pilots. These guys, they have a special place in hell. They really do. They probably think they're all right with Jesus and everything, but no. These guys have a special place in hell. I'm sure of that. This video is also kind of going to be a shout out to the subscribers too, and not even a shout out, but this is like a plea for help, really. I'm not desperate. This isn't an act of desperation, trust me. This is just a plea for help as you as the taxpayer to get involved with this. There's nothing they can do. There's absolutely nothing the government is going to do. I promise you. And you can remain anonymous. Yeah, you got to put your information on the envelope and shit, but this is a federal document. They can't forge this. There's no way they can look at the envelope and forge the information on there. They can't. That would be super fucking illegal, okay? This is a federal document, guys. It's going to the IRS, man. IRS is a federal institution of the government, right? That's where this is going. They cannot touch this. They cannot forge it. This one, it's the submitter information. It doesn't have the box where it says you can remain anonymous, but it does say I'm concerned that I might face retaliation or retribution if my identity is disclosed, right? So that you do have that option. Check that at the bottom if you're going to fill out this one. I think this 13909 has a little more weight than the 3949, but I don't know. I just doubled up on both of them because I wanted the IRS to get off their fucking ass and do something about it. Why not? My old man said, squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Well, guess what? This wheel's fucking squeaky, dude. David, you better come with a lot of fucking grease, alright? Telling you, this ain't going away, dude. David, these forms are pre-filled. Alright. David, these forms are pre-filled with your information, yours and Michelle's. I've even updated these guys. I've updated all these forms. All you got to do is pull out an envelope and a stamp and a pen and address the envelope, put the stamp on it, and walk out to your mailbox and put the flag up and put the envelope in the mailbox. All you got to do. I got forms with David right here. I'm not going to show it because this one has David's social on it, and I don't want fucking YouTube to be dicks about it. But this form right here, this is the one, the 3949. This one was updated, and I put even the tax years and how much money I think they've been bringing in. And between the tax years, it's been like an average of probably about 12, 15, 12, 30, 60 million, 70 million between the last 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 years. So 5 years. So I went 4 years, so, or 17, so we got tax year 2017, then I put 2018, 19, 20, and 21. So I put 5 years. 18, 19, 20, yeah, and 21. All right, I put tax year 22 because we're in tax year 22. So I put up to tax year 2021, and I want to say it's in the amount of 60 to 65 million, which is what I think. Look at all the fucking properties he just bought up, guys. Where's the money coming from? He has not presented the IRS with one fucking shred of tax documents since 2017. That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 fucking years. You know how much money this asshole's probably fucking laundered? Am I the only one paying attention to this, or anybody else out there? This is one big question that I have, man. Why isn't the IRS or anybody else paying bigger attention to this? I watched recently the House of Prayer Christian Church, which is actually a fucking cult, right? Which was recruiting military veterans. I'm a veteran. I'm not lying about that. I'm a true veteran. This fucking church, what they were doing was they were fucking basically laundering VA pensions from veterans. And the VA found out about that, and the feds found out about that, and they went and fucking raided like five different churches at one time, about a month and a half ago. Real shit, everybody. I mean, I don't see how this one person, one man, has this many tax ID numbers, can get by this long under the fucking radar with this amount of money being moved around. How is that possible? But dude, the fucking IRS, man, one fucking penny's missing on my taxes. Hey, excuse me, Mr. Full Frontal, you missed 10 cents off your taxes here. We're going to have to go ahead and charge you $5,000 interest. What the fuck is going on here, everybody? Do people not see this? I want this. I'm an activist in this. This is David's the start. David's the start line. The finish line, I don't know. Don't ask, don't know. I really don't. Once David's done, we're learning a lot, this group, about how to do this. Because people are sick and tired of seeing people like David, Kenneth Copeland, Mike Murdoch, Jesse Duplantis, Creflo Dollar, all those fucking assholes. Joel Osteen. We are tired of seeing them take advantage of the system and fuck people over and leave everybody high and fucking dry in their wake. We are tired of that. Not just me. We. I don't want to say I speak for everybody here, but I'm pretty sure we're all tired of that shit. Not just with David. I think across the board. I'm just talking any fucking scam, any kind of bullshit within the IRS, within the government fucking church tax code. Any of that shit that's going on with that is just... How does it happen? How do people get away with it? Joel Osteen? If anybody remembers, about 3-4 months ago, some guy out of Texas and out of Houston, who's a plumber, right? He calls into this radio show, and what happened is he found $600,000, everybody, in the walls of Joel Osteen's bathroom at his fucking church. 600 grand. Checks, cash, money orders, shit like that. And it was money that was reported missing, what was it, 7 years. Almost to the day, they said almost. It's like 7 years. 7 years ago it was reported missing, and then this plumber goes in there, is tearing apart the wall, and I guess it was behind the toilet or some shit. It was like $750,000, guys. It was a lot of money. You don't hear about that anymore. Nope. Shit fucking brushed under the rug. I wish I could fucking hide $700,000 in my wall and then the IRS come and find it and audit me and nothing happened about it. I wish I could do that. So, if you'd like to be involved, everybody, there are links on my channel description. I'm urging everybody to get involved. You guys want to see this guy go down? This is how we do it. Take away his tax exemption, trigger an audit, make him fucking show where all the money's been coming and going to. I mean, this isn't going to look good for David. You guys want to stop this guy with me. You want to be a part of it. And you want to fucking throw up deuces when it fucking happens. And you can say, yeah, fuck you, David. We did it. Let's do it together, man. Let's do it together. I can't do it alone. I can't. There's no way. There's no possible way I can do that alone. I've been doing it alone for the last year. There are people out there who are starting to do it now. And be like, dude, I'm fucking with you. Let's fucking do it. And that's the type of motivation that's needed. That's the type of motivation that is required of this, really, guys. People think I'm fucking crazy, but it's like I see so many people ask the same goddamn question. Why isn't he in fucking jail? We know he's up to fucking no good. He is up to no good. He's laundering fucking money, guys. Big time. Big time. Why all the tax ID numbers? Why jumping the tax ID numbers around, everybody? Questions? I mean, who needs this many tax ID numbers? If there's any pastors out there that are listening right now, okay? If you're a pastor in a church, how many times has your church changed tax ID numbers after like some sort of scandal or whatever the case? Just in general. Leave your comments in the chat, please. What David's doing is very real. It's real crime. This is it's activist / true crimes / cult watch group. This is what we are. We call ourselves Cult Watch, like a cult watch group. Because there are cults out there that are destroying people, and we're not cool with that. We're working on David's right now. We can only do one at a time. We can only do one. If you start, I want to do others, but I can't. We as a group, we can only focus on David. We can only focus on one at a time. Okay? And I think I kind of know after David which one I want to look into. I want to dig into that one some more, and do the research on it before I talk about it. But David's got to be stopped first because we're learning. We're learning the process of how to have these people investigated, right? Because there's no doubt really weird shit going on here, guys. Not just the money laundering, human trafficking, drug trafficking. I mean, David's got all these big houses, right? All over the place. What's he doing with all of them, everybody? Laundering money through real estate, yeah. Writing money off. Making it look like he's lost money. Bought in an inflated market. That was actually fucking smart because now if he goes in at an audit and they're like, well, where's all the money? Like, oh, I lost all this money in the housing market. You know, I bought during a seller's market. Fucking dumb fuck. David buys during a seller's market. That's, you know, I'm starting to think that was like a strategy so he could show like a big loss of all his assets. That's what I'm thinking. So he got a loan. He gets a loan from a shady firm in Florida for $4 million and some change, like 4.3, right? think it's like, yeah, 4.3. And no, I'm trying. This is the big stumper for me. One, where's all the money coming from? I know he's getting it from donors somehow. He's got to be. Two is he's paying these cash guys. He's paying these real estate deals cash money. He ain't getting loans. He got that loan from that fucking shady deal that Yanel Devico, right? Crosby Capital USA. Okay. David gets a shady ass loan from a shady ass fucking loan broker. And Yanel Devico, dude, you're no fucking stranger to fucking fraud, you sack of shit. I saw you on YouTube, Yanel. I saw you, dude. And you're just as fucking idiotic as David. But you're smarter than David. That's the thing. You're smarter than David. You saw how dumb David was, and you knew you could scam him. That's where you're at with that deal. Yanel Devico's going to get a shit ton of fucking money or something. That deal is not good for David. Okay? And you basically have to go through like a loan shark, which is what Yanel Devico pretty much is. He deals in like high risk investments and shit like that. And he's fought a couple cases. He's no stranger to the court system, that's for sure. So the fact that David is doing business with them, is befitting. They're running the whole thing is, it really is the whole church thing is just a shell company now. David's got all these little mini scams. He's got all these fucking real estate holding companies and shit. Like, he's opened up LLCs, guys. It's gotten really, really bad. It's gotten really, really bad. And the thing is, say David does get investigated. You know what the IRS isn't going to take too kindly to? Of having to peel back all the fucking paperwork that he's fucking created for them. They are not going to like that. That's just, I'm taking a wild stab at it. The amount of shit that David's pulled with his fucking scam, the IRS is going to have a fucking field day with them. I mean, I don't... Yeah, it says tax on income producing activities. David has to file. He has to file. But the tax code says you can wait 2 years to file and all this other bullshit. It says right here. You have to pay Form 990. Employment tax. I left a little note here because it's forced labor. Nobody gets fucking paid at this place. Let's talk about that. David doesn't pay anybody there. He pulled it. While we're on it, I'll go ahead and make a little note here. Since David, you pulled a $30,000 PPP loan, right? That was supposed to pay your employees, but who'd you pay, David? They're going to want fucking reports of that. And I think I also put that on the fraud reports that asshole also pulled a $30,000 PPP loan. Okay, because he did. David got 30 grand, guys. Free. Look it up online. And I think he got it under Joshua Media Ministries too, which is now a fucking revoked tax ID number, guys. This is what I'm saying. This is like, when you think, when the deeper you go, no bullshit. You can look up the PPP loans, who was authorized to get them, and I'm pretty sure David got one, and it was under Joshua Media Ministries, which is now revoked by the IRS. Think about that for a second. A revoked tax ID number was able to get a $30,000 PPP loan during the pandemic to pay his volunteer staff. I am convinced 100% that 30 grand went to fucking lawyer fees for his case with Harold Lewis. That's where I think it went. Or one of the mansions, possibly. I don't know. Who knows? We don't see where the fucking tax money comes from. Let's see where the money comes from, guys. Let's see here. Okay, check this out. This is a good one, David. This is real relevant to you. Let's see. A minister who's furnished a parsonage may exclude from income the fair rental value of the parsonage, including utilities. However, David, piece of shit, listen up here, buddy. This is the Internal Revenue Code. The amount excluded can't be more than the reasonable pay for the minister's services. The amount excluded can't be more than the reasonable pay for the minister's services. David doesn't do any services anymore, but he's buying these fucking mansions. Everybody, does anybody not see this? He's taking in money, not holding services, but taking it, fucking putting it, buying these huge fucking houses, guys. This is housing, parsonage, or housing allowance. I'm gonna put 2 fucking stars by that one. Let's see. Unlike other exempt organizations or businesses, a church isn't required to withhold income tax from the compensation it pays to its duly ordained, commissioned, or licensed ministers performing services in the exercise of their ministry. An employee minister may, however, enter into a voluntary withholding agreement with the church by completing IRS W-4. Fuck no, David ain't gonna do that. David's gonna take all the fucking tax money you can get. Let's see. As mentioned above, a minister who receives a parsonage or rental allowance excludes that amount from his income. So all these allowances, all these parsonages that David's buying, these big parsonages, he has to exclude that from his income. Or, yeah, is that what it says? Yeah, excludes that amount from his income. The portion of expenses allocable to the excludable amount is not deductible. This limitation, however, does not apply to interest on home mortgage or real estate taxes, nor the calculation of net earnings from self-employment under this for SECA purposes. Somebody asked me, I got a call this morning from one of the channel followers, by the way. What's up, dude? I got your call. We talked this morning. Brought up a good point. Tax evasion? Fuck yeah. Tax evasion. Big time. The taxes alone, okay? Just property taxes, okay? The property taxes alone on some of these places are about $20,000 to $25,000 a year. Who's paying that? Where's all the money coming from? I would like to see that on some paper. Right? Wouldn't you? I would. Let's see here. Books of accounting and other type of records. Yeah, they don't fucking keep records for obvious reasons. I got a source, man, and they were destroying documents at the mansion down in Lutz, Florida. They were destroying a lot of documents down there. They had one of those big commercial shredding trucks, right? The paper shredding trucks. My source told me, he's like, dude, I fucking saw these guys heaving fucking bins full of fucking paper into this commercial shredding truck. I'm like, oh, okay. Destroying documents now. Yeah, the extent of records. The extent of records, okay. This is a good point. This is kind of funny. The extent of the records necessary generally varies according to the type, size, and complexity of the organization's activities. I wouldn't call it complexity. It's a fucking circus, man, and nobody... you guys, this is why we're here, man. This is why we're here, because we know David's fucking committing tax fraud. Real estate fraud, money laundering, human trafficking. Probably some drug trafficking going on in there, guys. Let's see. Substantiation rules. A donor can't claim a tax deduction for any single contribution of $250 or more. That's why David's always asking to give more than $250. Because a donor can't claim the tax deduction unless the donor obtains a contemporaneous written acknowledgement of the contribution from the church. So if David's getting these big contributions, over $250, there has to be some sort of note written. Says, but without, unless a donor obtains a contemporaneous written acknowledgement of the contribution from a recipient church or religious organization. A church or religious organization that doesn't acknowledge a contribution incurs no penalty. But without a written acknowledgement, the donor can't claim tax deduction. Although it's a donor responsibility to obtain a written acknowledgement, a church or religious organization can assist the donor providing a timely written statement containing. Okay. One of my sources too, and this did their taxes. Well, one of their family members did their taxes last year. This is a source I don't talk about, but they're out there, and I want to give a big shout out to you for reaching out and talking to me about it. This source told me I will no longer be giving money to David E. Taylor because I saw everything that was going on. I had a lot of questions, and they were all very valid questions. This person said, you know, my family member did my taxes, and I was curious. I always ask, you know, how much was given up, and this source here told me $14,000 over the course of a year. Now let's multiply that by 14. Let's say David's got 14 people giving $14,000 a year. Right? Let's do some simple math here, David. I'm horrible at math. $196,000. Say those are all fucking cash donations. PayPal, Zelle, all that shit. $196,000 is what David would get if he had 14 people giving $14,000 a year. Think about that. It's a lot of money. That's just 14 people. Say he's got other donors that are kind of like, you know, say he's got people that are giving $50 a month, you know. Times that by, say, 100, right? Is that 5,000? Told you my math is horrible. That's $5,000. Now times that by 12. That's $60,000. Add that to the 196 that he just got. What is that? Now we're in the $200,000 range. You know, the money. What David does with the money, it adds up exponentially. No doubt. David knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing with this scam. And his goal, everybody, is money. Money and women. Money, women, and mansions. Money, women, and mansions. I urge everybody to check out my other channel, David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where everybody's opinion is a lie. That channel's on copyright right now because David is having no doubt a piss fit, and there's nothing more he can do about me than try and shut my channel down. I don't think it's gonna happen. If it does, this is the new channel. It's gonna start over again, start all over. But what that also proves, guys, is that for sure he's scared. He is no doubt like in a bad place, because if he's such this big baller and doing so well with all these followers and shit, why is he worried about me? David, why are you worried about me? David. David.
Don't call him David.
David. You hear,
Don't
buddy?
call him David.
Why are you worried about me, dude? Why are you worried about me? Come out and do an interview, David. I'll pay you $1,000. Pay you $1,000 for an hour interview. How's that sound? I'll pay you $1,000, David, for a live interview. I won't even be live. It'll be just me and you, but I get to record the interview and I get to post it after it's done. Okay? Those are the terms. I get to ask you the questions. You answer them however the fuck you want. Okay? And then when I'm done, I'm going to post a video to my channel. Sound good? $1,000. How's that sound, David? I'll pay you $1,000, David. $1,000. Cash in hand. I'll cash app it to you. I'll send it straight to you. Right to you, dude. Challenge you, new David.
Don't call him David.
That's right, I said it.
That's right, I said it. So please, everybody, get involved. I highly urge you to. He's taking your tax money. If you don't care, then don't do anything about it. I, however, care. However little money it may be he's taking, it's still my fucking money. And what he's doing on the flip side is fucking people over, leaving them psychologically abused. Big time. David is very bad for humanity. He's not good. He's a cancer to society. His type are the cancer of society, basically, in my opinion. I don't like to talk about cancer and shit, but they're like the leeches of fucking humanity, basically. They really are. I mean...
Well, our board also grows at the same time.
I mean... That's what he thinks. That's your David, everybody. I want to get back to the tax forms. I have them right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's their articles of organization. That's like the state of Missouri. That's John R. Ashcroft bullshit. Okay, so here, I got the tax forms right here. So I got 3 tax forms. I got one for JMMI, Kingdom of God Global Church, and Marvels in America World Healing. That's 3. These are 3. This is the Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, Tax Exemption, and Government Entities, okay? This is where you get your 501c3, and this is where the letter comes from. I got 3 letters here, okay? And it says, let's see here. Person to contact. Name, Miss Johnson, ID number 31287, telephone 877-829-55,000. Okay? That's on the Marvels in America World Healing. On the Joshua Media Ministries, that one was filed in I can't see the date on it. Let me take a peek here. Okay, this was in 2012, okay. A Brad S. Fletcher signed it, okay. His ID number, 31669. All right. Let's look at the Kingdom of God Global Church, right? This one was done by a Timothy Mosley. Does anybody not see the disconnect here now when I say there's some fucking bullshit going on? This is why it's happening. Because you have people up there who have their heads up their fucking ass, have no clue what's going on behind the curtain. You're like, oh, there's nothing going on here. We're gonna let them keep laundering money from us. I don't get it. It says Form 990 EZ required, no. Effective 2016. Okay, but they haven't filed their fucking taxes. They have to file in order to keep their status. So we're in 2022. There's no tax return for Kingdom of God Global Church Online. Oh, wait, you know why? Oh, because apparently there's fucking no 990 required to fucking file. Oh, wow. Must be nice. Must be nice to be able to launder huge amounts of money and be a degenerate piece of shit and get away with it. Maybe I should start my own fucking religion and be a degenerate piece of shit like David. And then maybe I could fucking become a millionaire like him. Have all these mansions. But you know what? I'm not that greedy, David. I'm not that greedy. You are, though. And that's what's going to get you in the end, is your greed. I want to give a big shout out to all the subscribers. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is a premiere, by the way, you guys. Okay, so if I'm in the chat, it's, again, a premiere. Okay, so again, I wanted to just talk about the tax codes that he's dodging, moving around tax ID numbers this many times. In what, a 9 year period? That is a lot of fucking money moving around between tax ID numbers, in my opinion. Anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns? Leave them down in the section below. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, check out my other channel, David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure, where everybody's opinion is a lie. David is on a copyright campaign right now, trying to get my channel taken down, when I'm clearly within use of fair rights, or Fair Use Act, and he is doing everything he possibly can to shut me up, shut me down, whatever he can. He's trying to do it, including taking my channel down. But David can do the same thing, so can I. YouTube took down his channel for some bullshit. I'm pretty sure YouTube isn't going to take down my channel for some bullshit that I'm not doing. I mean, the shit that David's doing is going beyond YouTube's policy, in my opinion. YouTube is allowing a full-blown money laundering operation to go on their platform. David's laundering money. He's using the platform to launder money. He's not even running lives anymore. It's all bullshit, guys. And anybody from David's cult, all right, check this out. Right here. David is lying to you. Okay, he's a false prophet. He's laundering your money. He has no intentions of moving anybody into any of these mansions. There is no inheritance by lineage university because there's no teachers. There's no core curriculum. There's no syllabus. You don't have a location to do it. David's uneducated. Who's going to come teach these classes? David? Yeah, okay. Yeah, David E. Taylor teaching you how to fucking be a prophet? No. Sorry, not happening. Okay? Anybody who's been promised these things from David, it's all a lie. I'm telling you, I promise you. The inheritance by lineage university, if you think it's going to happen, you need to start asking questions. Where's your college degree going to go? What kind of college degree are you getting from this university? You ever ask yourself that? Where does your college degree get you once you graduate? That's part of his get down too. That's a whole tax scam in and of itself too. Trying to say they're accredited college. Yeah, no, I don't think so. So, with that being said, guys, David's got to be stopped, guys. The only way we can stop him, Internal Revenue Service. Got to get his tax exemption status taken away. We have to get him held accountable to the system. We have to trigger an audit. That is what has to happen with this operation. I file once a week. Because eventually, you know what that's going to do is trigger an audit. The IRS is going to be like, hey, maybe we should go check this out. I don't know how the audit system works. I really don't. But I'm thinking once you get so many fraud reports in, it probably fucking tells the agents, hey, you need to go fucking look at these guys. I don't know. So that being said, you guys have a good weekend. I'll see you guys next Friday for another premiere. Any questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave them below. I do have a Google Voice number set up along with an email. So if you guys want to contact me offline, by all means, please do. This is my only social media platform I use. I'm human. I'm not going to be a dick to you. I'm totally human, man. I love conversations with the subscribers, man. You guys are fucking funny, dude. You guys are. So by all means, don't be afraid to contact me. Shoot me a number on Google Voice. I don't give my number out here for obvious reasons, but just keep that in mind. We're all human here, man. You guys see me. You see my face. If I pick up the phone, you're going to be talking to this guy right here. So again, questions, comments, concerns, you guys leave them below. Drop me a text. You want to collaborate, figure out how to stop this piece of shit. If you want to get involved in this, let me know. Now is the time because the pressure is on big time, guys. The pressure is on David. The pressure is on David big time right now. He came out just to make it look like it's not, but no. It's on big time for him right now. He's got a lot to prove to a lot of people. So with that being said, David E. Taylor, you are a piece of shit.